Morning, Gwen. Morning, Jack. How was the night shift?
A few sightings of weird lights over the castle last night. Probably just kids playing with those laser pen things.
Only thing I heard was that someone broke into the Lido for a midnight swim.
Nothing wrong with a quiet night in. Has Tracy shown up for work yet? We're supposed to be cleaning out the vaults together.
She just texted me. Said she's going to be half an hour late. She's had to take her niece to school.
Oh, come on, lights. I'm late enough already. Oh, look out! Shit! Back up, give us some air. Can you hear me, love? You've been in an accident. Don't try to move. Oh. What the hell?
Are you okay, Tracy? You look a bit, dishevelled.
Unbloody believable. I was stood by Debenhams waiting for the lights when this young woman right next to me just stepped straight out in front of a lorry. There was no warning. Poor driver had no chance of stopping. He'll have nightmares for years, I reckon.
Did she say anything before she did it?
No, I don't think so, but I had my earphones in. I was listening to the Beatles. Oh, that reminds me. I was leaning over the poor girl to see if she was breathing and checking for a pulse. One of her ears was bleeding. Then this weird beetle thing crawled out of it.
How fascinating. I'll have to analyse that.
Well, it's your lucky day. I was able to scoop it up in some tissues and put it in my pocket before anyone else saw it. So, here you go. Analyse away.
Brilliant! Quick thinking, Tracy. Good work.
I reckon we should get out in the streets and keep an eye out for anything, suspicious. Or I should give that beetle a once over.
Good idea, Jack. Meet me back here around lunchtime.
Norton turns to me, big bloody alien egg in his arms, and says,
Should have got the omelette.
"That was the maddest morning of my life. The Prime Minister remembers nothing, of course. We had to wipe his memory after all that happened."
Do you two mind if I take a quick detour to the hospital?
What do you want to do that for?
I used to do some tabloid work back in the early days. You'd be surprised what a mortician is willing to tell you once you flash a bit of cash.
And with Shadowwood's budget, we've got plenty of that.
I'll see you back at the hub.
What ended up happening to that Billy guy?
Went back to Wids, I think.
Excuse me?
I'm on my smoke break.
Just a minute, please.
Fine. What can I help you with?
I need to know if you've had any unusual deaths reported to you here at the hospital. Possibly suicides? Maybe insects involved?
I'm sorry, but I can't say anything. Confidentiality and all that.
I'm willing to compensate you. 50 quid?
You're joking.
1,000 quid.
What, really?
Sure.
All I have to do is tell you about some DOAs, that's it? Alright then, something strange has been going on.
We're back. How'd you get on with that beetle?
It's a fascinating little thing, some kind of water beetle, but its exoskeleton is nothing like I've ever seen on this planet. It's made up of liquid metal, not too dissimilar to mercury. It seemed close to dying until I put it into water, where it can quickly be revived. I put a lab rat in with it to see how it would react with other living beings. Within seconds, its exoskeleton reformed into a sort of needle shape, and it divided straight into the rat's ear. It's just been staring at me ever since.
Oh, that's creepy. It's still staring at us.
Look, it's following my finger. I quite like it. Can we keep it?
No, do you not remember what happened to that woman? So did you figure out where the beetle's from?
I entered a DNA sample into the database. According to the computer, the insect is from this planet Forsyth, and it's a member of the Nortorized species. Now, the Nortorized beetles are parasitic in nature and require a living host to complete their 4-staged life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, then adult, producing 1 generation annually. My question is, why have they left their home world and come here?
Maybe they just fell through the rift. That happens sometimes.
Or maybe they had no choice but to leave their planet. If they're parasitic, it's possible that they ran out of hosts, exhausted their supplies.
Well, it does seem like they're interested in taking humans as hosts. I spoke to a mortician at the hospital earlier, and they told me that there had been 3 unusual DOAs today, as well as the women Tracy saw. There was a man that had electrocuted himself, another who jumped in front of a train, and a woman who had forced a knife into her ear. All of them were university students between 19 and 23 years old.
All students? That can't be a coincidence. They must have had beetles inside of them.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this. What if those 4 aren't the only ones who've been infested?
But they would be more deaths, surely.
Suicide.
What an awful choice. Dead or living dead?
I suppose the beetle thing explains why the ages of the suicide victims are so close. They're picking on university students because they're perfect host. Young, healthy, and pretty much fully grown.
And Guildford provides the perfect environment for them to find hosts. Lots of good food outlets to keep them well fed, and a high number of young people to choose from.
That pretty much confirms it then. The Nortorized beetles must have taken the entirety of their home world and now are moving on to the next big thing, Earth, Guildford in particular.
If we don't act now, we could have a worldwide infestation on our hands.
So, how do we stop them?
We need to get amongst the young revellers of Guildford. See if we can pick up on any signs of people that are already hosts. They may give us clues as to how they are managing to physically infest people when they need water to do it. What with them being water beetles after all.
Good thinking, Gwen. Fancy a night out in the town, everyone?
Right, what's everybody having?
Oh, large white wine for me, please.
Yeah, same here. Sauvignon if they have it.
I'll just have a coffee. I need to keep a clear head.
Okay, back in a mo.
How do we know if we've picked a good pub to stake out? There are 18 pubs in walking distance of the uni alone.
I checked out the reviews online before we came here. According to them, the wooden bridge has hearty grub, a range of drinks, a big screen for watching sport, a pool table and a dartboard. Seems like students' heaven if you ask me.
It appears that you're right. It's only 8 PM and this place is heaving with potential hosts.
Here you go.
What's that girl handing out over there? Some sort of leaflet.
She seems to be avoiding us. If there is anything suspicious, my guess is we're too old to get invited.
Why are you all looking at me?
Well, you don't look much older than 25.
Have you all forgotten that I'm immortal? I'm old enough to be your great-grandfather?
Yes, but she doesn't know that. Go over there and find out what she's up to.
So, I took a leaflet, and guess what? It's pretty badly worded, but it's an invite to be a paid extra in a student film this Friday at Guildford Lido.
Well, there's the Beatles water source then. That girl you spoke to must have been infested.
Devious little bastards. Using innocent kids to lure others to their dooms.
Imagine being one of them hosts. No control of your own actions. You just have to sit and watch. Poor sods.
It's no good sitting around feeling sorry for the victims. I know what it's like to have a loved one taken away from you by aliens. You spend countless nights wondering why they had to die, but you never really truly understand because the killer wasn't human. If I can stop someone going through what I've been through, then I'll make damn sure I will. We need to act. We need a plan.
Tomorrow, Tracy. Gwen and Jack have been working since last night. I think we all need sleep and come back to this in the morning.
Yeah, let's go. Creeps me out knowing that at least one of the kids here has a beetle controlling them.
Makes your skin crawl, doesn't it?
Well, good night, people. Stay alert. You never know who might be one of them.
Morning all. Hope you slept better than I did. So, plans?
I've been racking my brain trying to think of a way to make them leave peacefully, but wherever they go, they cause misery. And probably mass extinction.
And that's the problem, isn't it? They're parasites. They have to harm others in order to survive.
Right now it is. Perhaps if we can convince them to return to their home world and stay there.
They wouldn't have access to any new bodies, so they would have to become symbiotic rather than parasitic. Infestation would benefit both the beetle and the host.
Well, that seems like a pretty good solution. Now all we need is to make the beetles agree to it.
And what if they don't? We need a backup plan.
You know my feelings about killing Tracy, but it's an absolute last result. Understand?
I don't mean to interrupt, but I was looking on YouTube last night to see if anything had been posted about them lights over the castle on Tuesday. Turns out there was some footage uploaded. Pretty poor quality, but that's probably a good thing. I got Sally to run it through the computer to clean it up a bit, and it showed a container about the size and shape of a shoebox being beamed down into the grass next to the castle. It looked like there was movement in the shadows, like someone who was waiting for it. But the footage ended there.
So how's this for a theory? What if the beetles are being beamed down from an infested ship and then are being taken to the Lido to be introduced to more hosts?
If that's true, then Tuesday's delivery could have been a scout run, dropping just enough beetles to put the plan into motion.
And then on Friday they dropped me the invasion force, with plenty of hosts waiting for them.
That would explain the leaflets. They're trying to gather as many students as possible.
Then what? Will there be more coming, aiming to infest other university towns?
I don't know, but I don't really want to find out. Tomorrow night, we end all of this. Okay, I think we're ready to do this. We'll meet up next to the invisible lift about 11:15, when there are lots of people leaving the pubs and restaurants. Wear dark colours, but not black. It actually stands out in the darkness, believe it or not. Gwen and I will be at the castle at 11:30 to watch the delivery of the beetles in case they change their plan last minute. Tracy, Jack, you will go straight to the Lido. Keep out of sight and count the extras. I need to know how many beetles they plan on putting into people.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, and I want you to bring all good strong earplugs, just in case. Other than that, we're all caught up. Let's get to work, ladies and gentlemen.
Cold, isn't it? I thought it was meant to be summer.
It seems like things are about to heat up. Look, those people over there are probably scout hosts, waiting for the rest of their brood to arrive. Back up into this bush. Here it comes.
Whoa! It's so bright. That box is huge. There must be hundreds of them in there.
Shh. They must not know we're here. Okay, the ship is leaving now. Let's follow the scouts, but not too close.
Let's hide over here. It's well hidden, but it's got a good view of the Lido.
There must be 150 students lined up there waiting.
They've cut the fence on the perimeter again, ready to get them all into the water.
Norton thinks that they will place the beetles under the water before they let the kids in. Then the hosts will get into the pool too and restrain anyone who struggles too much when the beetles try to enter their ears.
He's relying on all the beetles to be in the pool for the backup plan to work. If they decide to infest people in stages, then we'll have totally lost.
Look, something's happening over there.
The hosts are carrying the box of beetles this way. This is it. All or nothing.
We're here now too. Just wait and keep quiet. Timing is everything.
I can see them pouring the beetles into the water.
And the host are shepherding the students through the fence.
All the beetles are in the pool now. Every last one of them. Now, Norton, quickly.
Stop. Everybody stop. Turn around and leave now. There was never going to be any payment for any filming. You are all in great danger. Leave.
Come on, do as he said. Back through the fence as fast as you can.
Don't panic, but get moving.
That's the students gone. Now for phase 2.
Beetles, if you can understand me, then stay in the pool.
Same goes for the host too.
My name is Norton Folgate, representing the Shadowwood Institute on behalf of the people of Earth. I am addressing the Northside species. I'll take that as a yes. Now, we all know who you are. We know what your plan is on doing. I am here to give you 2 choices. You can leave peacefully, free the human hosts, get back into your box and return to the vortex. Learn to be better than parasites. Live with your own hosts rather than against them. Or, I will empty these drums with acid into the pools, with you. It's a mixture of hydrogen sulfide, nitric and sulfic acid, formed to exactly the right blend and quality to dissolve your liquid metal exoskeletons, killing you and all your human hosts too. So what's it to be?
They freed the hosts. I suppose that means they've accepted our offer.
Sometimes all it takes is conversation. Jack, Gwen, do you mind escorting all the ex-hosts back to their accommodations?
It might be worth tracking down the extras and giving them amnesia tablets. You know how quickly rumours spread, and the last thing we want is the Students' Union knocking on our door.
Good idea. Tracy and I will stay here to oversee all the Beetles' return. But we'll join you in a bit, yeah?
Sounds good. See you later.
Bye. Well, there we go. Disaster gone. Hey, Tracy? Tracy? Tracy, what the hell do you think you're doing?
Wherever they go, they'll bring misery and extinction. You said that.
That was before the Beetles agreed to change. They were leaving peacefully.
They're insects, Norton. You can't reason with them.
I just did. The Beetles came to this world because they were desperate. How do you know the ones in that pool weren't the last of their kind? You might just have demolished the entire species. And for what?
Because they deserved it. Even if they were going to change, do you not think all those kids they killed deserve justice?
That was no justice, Tracy. That was no court, no jury. That was slaughter.
Am I fired?
No. If anyone else did that, then they would be. But I can understand how you feel after what happened to your husband. These beetles weren't the creatures that killed him, though. You can't judge every alien on the actions of just one group. That just isn't right. There are billions of species out there, and most of them are good. You are to take 2 weeks off, unpaid. And when you come back, I hope you think more carefully about your actions.
Oh, Norton,
I know. Go home now, Tracy. Go home.